So one thing that is worth mentioning is something about the branch instructions. Let's take another look at branch equal, page 30. So you remember that I explained that these two registers have to be compared, and if the comparison returns a true, or in other words, if they are equal, that's gonna, our next piece is gonna be PC plus immediate. But what about the ALU function? How can you compare two values? So can anyone tell me between the arithmetic operations we did in the ALU, which one is more suitable when it comes to comparing two numbers? For example, let's just say we have 5 in one of the registers, we have 10 in another one. We want to compare 5 and 10 to see if they're equal. What kind of arithmetic operation we should implement here to find out if these two registers are equal or not? Can anyone guess?
You said it's an arithmetic function.
Yeah, for example, between addition, division, multiplication, subtraction, which one is more suitable to do this operation for us?
Division.
How can we like accomplish that with a division?
I mean, like, if so, let's say you have two values 5. If you divide one by the other and it yields 1, then they're equal, right?
So for equal, it seems like a good idea, but what about, for example, this branch here, branch greater or equal to 0? What should we do? I mean, I need one arithmetic operation that takes care of all the branches. Which one is more suitable?
Subtract.
Yeah, subtract. So you remember that we had two flags, sign flag and zero flag, right? If we subtract these two guys here, since the result is a 0, that's gonna set your 0 flag, give you a 1 on your 0 flag. This is where you know that these two registers were equal. And what about this one, branch greater or equal to 0? We're gonna compare the contents of register RS with 0 if the signed value was not set. For example, it means that it was greater than 0, right? Or if we have an or here for the condition here, because another thing that will satisfy the requirement here is that RS will be equal to 0, right? So if we subtract it, and if the result of subtraction, for example, the content of RS was 0, so 0 is greater or equal to 0, that's gonna set your 0 flag. This is one condition. If it is greater than 0, if we subtract RS from 0, that's not gonna set this, the sign flag. This is another thing that should be interesting for us whenever we deal with the branch greater or equal to 0 instruction here. So this is where all the magic happens in the NIAC mocks file that I gave you in the video. If you go and take a look at all of the branches that we had there, all of the conditions. After you have your certain branch condition, go and take a look at the conditions at the mocks file and see if all the explanations that I gave you here just make sense with whatever we put in the mocks file or not. They should. It's a good practice to take a look at that file as well. So any questions about that? So you need to basically use the subtraction operation to take care of comparing within the ALU module. Okay.